Hey, good evening, everybody. I am Corey Moore, aka Corey Stones, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the cryptocurrency market craze that's going crazy. We're going to focus the discussion this evening on altcoins and how to identify some of the better altcoins to invest in and what you should do as far as when you're searching and researching those coins. The first thing that I want to say is that I am not a financial advisor. And everything that is in this video is my personal opinion and not financial advice. And you should always seek the advice of a professional before you make any financial decisions like that. With that being said, when you're taking a look at all the altcoins and you're trying to determine which coin you should buy and which coin you should invest in, there's several key factors and key elements that you need to keep in place and evaluate. Number one, what is your strategy? Is your strategy to day trade these coins and try to make a profit daily or weekly? Or is your strategy to long-term hold these coins? That is an important evaluation to understand when you're trying to determine what you should do and what coins you should buy. I'll be very honest, out of all the crypto altcoins that are available, you've got around 1,400 coins right now. There's a lot of fluff coins, a lot of garbage coins that don't provide any new technology to the space. Oftentimes, they're copycat coins. And when you look at those coins and you compare them amongst other coins, the technology is exactly the same. The wording on their website is exactly the same. And many times the details within their white paper is exactly the same. Oftentimes just, hidden or kind of, using different terminologies or, fancy keywords that these particular coins have phrased within their own, marketing. So when you're evaluating altcoins, you need to know what your strategy is. If your strategy is long-term, then you need to invest in the technology of the better coins. The coins that have the better technology, the coins that have a legitimate solution to a legitimate problem. You also need to take a look more in depth at those coins. Take a look at their websites. Take a look at their development team. Take a look at the people who are behind the coin and take a look at the problems that the coin is trying to solve. In addition to that, take a look at, what the roadmap and milestones and goals and objectives that these development teams for these particular coins have. And if you can find some with solid technologies and you can find some with big potentials that will be most likely adopted in real use case scenarios, then the likelihood that the coin value will be a good long-term hold is much better. If you're looking at just trying to make a quick profit, then really, I'll be very honest with you, you can make a profit off of coins that are not good technology or coins that are not going to be something that's going to be adopted or be around in the future. Many times these coins are referred to as pump and dumps. And when you take a look at these altcoins, they may have fluctuations over 24 hours of 100%. Or even sometimes 200%. So if you're playing the market and you're trying to day trade those coins, there's a potential huge opportunity there to buy those coins at a very low price point and sell them at a much higher price point. But that doesn't mean that those coins have good technology or will be adopted and will be around for the future. So when buying these altcoins and determining what you should invest in, you need to identify your strategy first and foremost. After you've identified that strategy, then you need to determine, what kind of profits that you're trying to receive. And are you looking for more of a steady growth where you can kind of forget about it, or are you interested in looking at it every day? And that may be long term or that may be short term. For example, the crypto space is moving very quickly. And so a month or 2 months in the crypto space is an enormous time period in the potential of price actions of a coin. But when we compare 2 months to our real life scenarios, that's a pretty short time period. I think oftentimes when people think of long term, they think of holding something for many years. And in the world of crypto, you don't have to necessarily hold something for that long in order to see a good return. So keep in mind that the terminology is relevant in the world of crypto, and it's really on its own set of rules. In addition to that, the normal standards you might abide by, where you would say don't buy at a high, is pretty good advice that you should always consider. However, what's happened with a lot of these altcoins recently is that has not been the case. For example, I'll give you a coin specifically, which is Tron and TRX. This coin over the last 7 days has been up almost 600%. It's down now at the time of this video, but prior to that, it was rallying almost at 600% over 7 days. The 24-hour movements were like 200 and 300%. So if you would have bought on, let's say, day 2 or 3, when the coin was already up 200%, you would be buying at the all-time high, and then the coin's making consistently new highs, hundreds of percentages over that, and the growth and the potential for opportunity was still huge, even though you bought at a high point. So I'm not saying to buy at highs, and that's not what I'm suggesting. But what I am suggesting is simply not buying at highs is too vague to go by. You need to look deeper into what's happening with the coin. What are the announcements the coin is making? Do they have any strategic partnerships that are being launched or announced? Do they have any new updates or development updates that are taking place? Is there a big marketing hype behind the coin? Is there a huge amount of buy orders on a coin? All of those things may drive the price up. And if you know that, if you've researched that, then you can kind of play your cards accordingly. So you need to identify your strategy before you decide what altcoins that you're going to buy. In addition to that, you need to determine what is the appropriate profits that you're comfortable making. And that's a personal decision. Is that 2x? Is it 3x? Is it 10 times your money? What is the amount of profit that you're comfortable making? And where is that point where you're willing to exit, whether that is a long-term hold or whether that's a short-term hold? So a clear, strategy, just like you would have in traditional stocks. What's your entry point and your exit point? And that may be different when you're deciding on different coins. The other thing that I want to discuss is you have the big major players. If you're familiar with the crypto space, great. If you're not familiar with it, I suggest that you dive in to coinmarketcap.com. This is a website that you should start all of your researching from, and you can search for different coins. It's going to give you all of the available cryptocurrencies on the market. It's going to show you what those coins are trading for at the average price amongst all the exchanges that they're offered on. And so you can search for those coins and you can look at a lot of different details pertaining to each coin. And then once you click on each coin, you can be directed to the appropriate websites related to their source codes or social media accounts or announcements or Reddit page or their official website pages, of course, as well. And from there, you can dive deep into the actual details of what that technology or that coin is trying to do. But when you're looking at coinmarketcap.com and you're looking at the industry leaders, right, the top 5 or 10 evaluation coins, you're going to look at big things. Of course, Bitcoin's up there. Ripple has now replaced Ethereum as the number 2 cryptocurrency, so that's moving up as well. When you're looking at those valuations, you need to keep that in mind, because if a coin is valued at $100 million, for example, that would be considered a small cap coin. If you're looking at Bitcoin or you're looking at Ripples or Ethereums or Litecoins and you're in the $1 billion ranges, then you are talking about larger cap crypto coins. Typically, altcoins are referred to as any coin other than Bitcoin. And so you have big altcoins such as the ones I just mentioned, Ripple, Ethereum, Litecoin, and those are much larger than some of the other small cap cryptos that are available as well. So when you're looking at the altcoins that you should invest in for the purposes of a potential profit and an upside in the charts, then you should look at the coins that have a lot of room to grow on their market valuation. And basically what that means is you probably want to go down the list and look at coins that haven't had a massive rally recently or haven't been up 200% recently. Look at coins that have been trending up or are new coins, for example, or are coins that are very cheap or have very low market valuations. Look at those coins because the potential for those coins' value to grow is much easier than for a $100 billion cryptocurrency to double. So if a $100 billion cryptocurrency, if I want to double my money when I buy into that cryptocurrency has to go to $200 billion. That's a lot of market valuation increase in order for you to get a 2 times your money. You can get that same type of return potentially a lot easier by looking at some of the other smaller cap altcoins or medium cap altcoins, the altcoins that have a lower market valuation. Because, for example, if you have a coin that's valued at 100 million, it's much easier for that coin to go from 100 million to 200 million than it is for a coin to go from 100 billion to 200 billion. So you have a lot smaller of a travel distance between that valuation, which gives you a better potential when talking about your returns. So take a look at those smaller altcoins and think about what your clear strategy is so that you can clearly identify the best way to approach these altcoins. Hopefully this video will shed some light into just another perspective and another approach that you can have when determining what altcoins you should buy and invest in. If you like what you've heard and you like what you're seeing on my channel, my name is Corey Moore, aka Corey Stones. Click subscribe. We're going to be talking about cryptocurrencies. We're talking about craft brewery reviews. We're talking about mountain biking, snowboarding, traveling, other types of investments such as real estate and things of that nature. If you like what you see, please stay around and join the community. Thank you for watching and having a great evening.